Do you guys have a WRX or STI with a squeaky or creaky clutch pedal? Or maybe one that's in still good condition, but you're a little bit worried about the typical spot weld failure? Well then boy do I have the part for you. Today we are going to be installing a clutch master cylinder brace. This one in particular is off Amazon. It's super cheap, and I don't want to say the real company that makes these ones, but it's basically a spitting image, and I know a lot of people that have got this one off Amazon for like a third of the price and have nothing but good things to say about it. Comes with the bracket, the stopper, and all the hardware you need. So without further ado, let's pop the hood on my 2014 STI, rip this intercooler off, and get to installing this thing. Right now, my clutch pedal's okay, but I don't want to let it get any further than where it's gotten. There's already a little bit of movement with it. First things first, and it should be the only thing we really have to remove, is the intercooler itself. So we've got a hose clamp here. You can either take the front one on or the back one off, throttle body or intercooler, doesn't matter. Another one right down there. I'm gonna undo these two bolts on the stock bypass valve, undo this bolt and this bolt, pull these vacuum line rails off, mounting bolt and mounting bolt. And I believe that's it, knock on wood. Intercooler should pop off, which in theory should grant us access to the clutch master, which is back there. And as you can tell, well, it's quite a tight fit. So this has got to go. Alright guys, well, intercooler is off. Really wasn't all that bad. A little bit of oil in it. So nothing crazy. You will have a gasket on your diverter valve. So just gonna go ahead and set this off to the side here. It's actually a pretty heavy intercooler. And now let's take a look at the engine, now that we have all this space. All right, so here is our clutch master cylinder. The bracket is a little bit finicky because we gotta get behind these two heater core lines, this hard line, get these two bolts holding the cylinder on, off, and then get this dog bone mount off. Looks like something was maybe living in here, so let's vacuum that up really quick. And a little oily on the turd ski there, so clean that up too while we're here. Alright guys, just like that, the dog bone bolt is out, and we are not going to be reusing this because the kit comes with a longer one, as that is what fastens against the actual bracket itself. Now we have to go and back off the two nuts holding on the clutch master reservoir, then we can slide the mount in and start tightening everything up. Alright, so here we have the bracket itself, and I'm just going to go ahead and install all the bolts so you guys know what we're dealing with here. These are the two bolts that it comes with. You got the black one, which will be replacing the OEM dog bone mount we just took off. And then you have this silver one that goes with the puck and the nut. We're gonna come here, thread this in. Now, just for installation purposes, we are going to leave this backed off until we slide it in. Then this is going to go on the end of it, and when you thread this in, this stopper here is going to push against the firewall. This right here, this bolt, is what the new dog bone mount bolt is going to go through the dog bone, through here, and then tighten up with a nut. We have two washers and a nut to go with it, and then these two bolts are going to be fastened on by the clutch reservoir. All right, now that everything is removed, we've got the nut off that side, if you guys can see that, the nut off this side, and the nut out of the dog bone. Now we're gonna take the bracket and try to finesse it past these heater hoses and, well, just get it in there. I figure this is probably gonna be a huge pain in the ass, but we're almost there, boys.
$2,000 years later.
I ain't even gonna lie to you guys, that kind of sucked. I mean, the install overall is fairly simple, but that sucked. Getting that bracket in between the hard lines, the AC line, the two heater core lines, brother. But it's in. I'll show you what step we're at. All right, so as we can see, I've got the new dog bone bolt threaded in. It still needs a washer and a nut. I have started threading in the actual stopper that's going to rest against the flywheel and kind of triangulate this whole system. And then I fully tightened both the bolts on the clutch master cylinder. The bracket is in. Right now, I'm gonna work on this silver bolt that's gonna press against the flywheel, get that situated, then I'm going to washer and nut the other side of the dog bone mount. Triple check everything is all tight. Once it is, we can finally go back and install the intercooler, get all the couplers on, all the bolts back in, and then we should be good to go. And as you guys can see there, we have that silver bolt with the stopper pressing up against the firewall. You don't want to tighten that down too much. You just want to get it nice and snug up against the firewall, and that should be mint. All right, guys, moment of truth. Is it any more solid? Tiny bit of movement still, but a lot less than what it was. So you guys let me know in the comments below. Was this modification worth it or not? And we're freaking done. And just like that, boys, we are done. Check out the short form video if you want to see how to fix the squeaky accessory drive belt. Mine's power steering. I'm gonna do a short form video on that, but there you have it with the clutch master cylinder brace. Scale of 1 to 10, I'd give this job about a 3 or a 4. It wasn't hard. It's actually pretty easy to take the top mount off and put it back on. The hardest part was finagling that bracket behind hard lines, the master cylinder reservoir, 2 heater lines, an AC line. It just did not want to fit. Took a lot of persuasion, but at the end of the day, we made it work. It is installed, and you guys can see the before and after of the clutch pedal movement on the firewall, and hopefully this brace saves my spot welds because I have no creaking, no crunching, no anything. But as you guys seen, there was a bit of movement. So review the before and afters and let me know in the comment. Did I just waste almost 2 hours of my life, or was this a good preventative measure? You guys let me know. Comments are wide open. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one, baby. Peace out.